over there making it difficult.
I'm listening to that. My dad listened. I was still giving. Oh, somebody answer. You say scrimp with the K.
It was Sunday night, and I was lying low handling my own business when an email suddenly hit my inbox. One of my subscribers says, "Listen to this. You need to peep this Twitter post." So I open it up, and hold up, it's coming straight from Anton Daniels. Now, over the last few days, Anton Daniels has been moving wild on social media, posting emotional tweets, deleting them right after, and one of them reads, "The men are worse than the women nowadays. Be careful who you keep around you. It's always the ones that benefited from you. Give this bitter baby mama some shine, please. Snake." And right under that, there's another post from someone going by the name No Captivity with Freezy, saying, "I'm the guy who originally uploaded this video of Anton. Please, somebody let Corey know so he can interview me. I'm dead serious." So at that point, I had to start digging to figure out exactly what video he was even talking about. And once I connected the dots, yeah, I had a pretty strong idea where this was headed. Corey Holcomb previously dropped a diss video aimed at Anton Daniels, rocking the gorilla mask, and that video was titled "No Pressure" at Anton Daniels. But the clip he's referring to right here is this.
Was over there making it difficult, burning incense and sage, and y'all was over there putting smoke in the air, and y'all had y'all fringes on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as right?
Remember this, Anton Daniels was already out here saying Corey Holcomb hates black women. So Corey Holcomb turns around and uses that very clip inside his No Pressure at Anton Daniels video. And the source of that clip was a dude going by the name No Captivity with Freezy, which is why Anton Daniels is now calling this man a snake, especially since he's the one exposing Anton for looking hypocritical. But hold up, who exactly is No Captivity with Freezy? And more importantly, what's his real connection to Anton? Fast forward. So I had to dig into this myself, and listen, I uncovered a lot. No Captivity with Freezy is a YouTuber based out of Florida, and he's a Hebrew Israelite, married to a Hebrew Israelite woman as well. If you remember that first clip I played earlier, that was Anton Daniels taking shots at black American Hebrew Israelite women. And that right there explains how No Captivity with Freezy even had access to this video, and how it made its way to Corey Holcomb. But here's where it gets interesting. The reality is, No Captivity with Freezy used to be real close with Corey Holcomb. And the question becomes, how do we know that?
I'm listening to that. My dad listened to that. We listened to that on the way home from school.
Yeah.
It is. A lot of y'all say, Freezy, it ain't that serious. Yes, it is. And I just want to leave y'all with that, man. No Captivity with Freezy.
Hey, listen, again, make sure y'all subscribe to No Captivity with Freezy. The channel was absolutely fire. I've been checking out all of the stuff you've been dropping. That's my dog. Shout out to...
Back in May of 2023, Anton Daniels officially walked away from the Leif Network, a platform he co-owned alongside a guy named Laith. From there, he shifted his full focus into building out his own platforms and launching shows under his own umbrella. Now listen, if we're being real, Anton was already moving like that while he was still with the Leif Network, and that caused some tension when people started crossing over from Leif's platform to his. Y'all remember that part. So one of the major moves Anton made on his main channel was launching a Wednesday night show that aired at 10 sharp. Anton, who's known for streaming, would kick things off with a solo monologue that ran for about an hour. Then every single Wednesday, the featured guest host was none other than No Captivity with Freezy, also known simply as Freezy. That setup ran for roughly 9 months straight, Freezy showing up every week, and a lot of people were really rocking with his commentary. But then one day, Freezy got sick, and that's when things took a turn.
I was still giving my dog the benefit of the doubt. He might be busy. The whole week. 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. I text you Wednesday. I didn't get no text till the next. I didn't get no text at all. I ain't getting no text at all.
So when Freezy got sick, messaged Anton Daniels and said that, hey, I'm not feeling well.
So when Freezy came down sick, he reached out to Anton Daniels and let him know, hey, I'm not feeling good. And listen to this, Anton Daniels chose not to respond to Freezy at all. Yeah, and that stood out to Freezy because at first he figured maybe Anton was just busy or caught up. But hold up, I'm telling you I can't make the show. In his mind, they were friends, and yet Anton wasn't even checking in or acknowledging him. But then something else happened.
Oh, somebody answer this question. How you don't call out the dude or recognize that been co-hosting the show for you for 9 months? How if you don't recognize nobody else on Wednesday night in the chat, how you don't recognize? Now he called out everybody else's name. He called out other motherfuckers' name in the chat, but he didn't call my name in the chat at all.
So he finally recovers from being sick and jumps back into the chat, right? And if you're a moderator in the chat, everyone can see it. You've got the wrench icon, your name pops up in blue, all that. So Freezy is there, and people are hitting him up, saying what's up. Anton Daniels responds to everyone else, calling out names, engaging with the chat. But here's the kicker. He completely ignores Freezy on purpose. Freezy immediately sees this as a subtle way of throwing shade, almost sneaky, fizzling him out, very passive-aggressive, no direct confrontation. And honestly, he felt insulted, especially because he had been loyal, contributing to the platform week after week.
You say scrimp with the K. I did it on the scrimp. Never got paid. I never got paid or nothing. And y'all go back and look at them shows and ask me if y'all ever see me on a thumbnail. Y'all go back and look at them shows and ask me if y'all ever see me on a thumbnail.
He's saying straight up that he was doing all of this for the love, never got paid, never even made it into the thumbnail. And honestly, I can see that point. I don't fully disagree with him. But here's the thing. Anton Daniels, even back then, had a pretty big channel. Not as massive as now, but still big enough. And he's letting Freezy come on, getting those 43,000 views. For a guy like Freezy, that's major exposure to people he probably wouldn't have reached otherwise. Sure, it would have been nice to get compensated, no question. But the reality is, he's being featured on Anton Daniels' show. And check this clip. Freezy goes off on Anton, talking reparations, saying we need to beg for money. And Anton clips that podcast segment, re-uploading it to his main channel. So even if Freezy feels Anton wasn't appreciating his loyalty, the fact is he's getting some shine, being introduced to an audience he would never have reached on his own. And for creators, that kind of exposure can be considered payment in itself. Honestly, this is probably one of Freezy's weaker points, because you're not just showing up for the love, you're also showing up for yourself, building your platform, gaining visibility. So yeah, I can understand his frustration, but that part, I slightly disagree. Now here's where Freezy is strong. After Anton's passive-aggressive move, he jumps onto another live stream and openly voices his frustrations. And eventually, Anton hits him up like, yo, man, what's going on? Thought we were cool. Are you talking about me? And here's the kicker. Freezy says that now.
It was because of the sneak dissing, but in my mind, I know you done sneak diss me. You done sneak diss me several times. You just made a video. You just mentioned the Israelites, and then you said the Israelites' wives be dusty. Can somebody tell me who the only person you could think of that was affiliated with him at the certain time that was an Israelite, and his wife an Israelite too?
And this right here is where Freezy shows his strength. Remember, this video he made drops in 2024, and he's saying, listen, bruh, you out here talking like I'm not being real with you, but you throwing shots at Hebrew Israelite women. And then he hits the key point. Who's the only person you know connected to Anton Daniels who's a Hebrew Israelite and married to a Hebrew Israelite woman? Of course, he's talking about himself. And then on top of that, he goes on to say,
you want to be a victim and you know you ain't did nothing wrong and you next to God and you next to Jesus. Just God, Jesus, and you on the right hand too. You with Jesus. You and Jesus is y'all together. Yeah, you don't do no wrong. You just good, you know. Yeah. As long as I'm gonna tell y'all how niggas operate. As long as them don't put a name on it, they feel like they ain't guilty. Just be feeling like as long as they don't put a name on it on YouTube, they ain't guilty, and you can't pinpoint them on nothing. You can't make them guilty on nothing.
whew, even in 2024, Freezy is calling out things we're still talking about today. He's saying you can't hold yourself accountable for your actions. You act like God, like Jesus, like you're untouchable. And that's his core gripe right now. Meanwhile, Anton Daniels is out here trying to paint Freezy as the snake. But keep in mind, this man has been openly venting his frustrations since that 2024 stream dropped. I even went deeper, dug into the comments section of Freezy's podcast, and there were some wild insights. One dude said he wanted me on his podcast. When I said no, he blocked me, LOL. Tried to apologize via text, blocked. Whew, you can see the pattern here. People are also calling Anton Daniels arrogant, always flexing what he has, bragging about curated games or whatever, making comments that, if you pay attention, paint a picture that he cheats on his wife constantly. And again, this is 2024, and people are saying the same things. One person commented, just subscribed. My brother Anton thinks all of us are broke baby daddies. He's delusional and full of ish. Whew, he only started making real money late in life. I have money, but my happiness comes from my wife and 3 daughters, not material BS. Keep that energy, my brother. Here's the thing about long-standing beef. It always has a way of coming back. And listening to Freezy's podcast, you hear the same vibe I've seen from others who've worked with Anton. They feel used or underappreciated. Now, I can't speak for everyone because Anton did make some effort to promote Freezy on his channel, but when multiple people feel this way, you can't just brush it off. This isn't the first time someone's expressed this about Anton, and it won't be the last. And the irony? Anton is upset that Freezy gave Corey Holcomb the clip of him dissing black Hebrew Israelite women, yet Anton was crying when Corey Holcomb dissed his daughter. It's messy, but undeniably hypocritical.